It's time for Back Pages tonight here on Sky Sports News, bringing you a first look at the sports stories in the morning's newspapers. And joining us are Jonathan Liu from The Guardian, Ihsan Khan from The Daily Mail. Good to see you, gents. Welcome along to you both. We'll speak to you shortly, but let's quickly run you through the back pages. Ihsan Khan from The Daily Mail. Let's look at the Sun. Let's talk transfers. And Ihsan, looks, interesting as always at Manchester United, and the situation in terms of strikers is really developing. It says here, Hojlund, Šeško's got to get past me. Interesting, one of the little details here in the first part of the piece is the fact that he, after scoring against Bournemouth twice, he's there in the mix zone, and often players hide away, pretend to be on their phones, don't want to talk to anyone. He's there going, does anyone want to talk to me? I wonder how does this dynamic look for you? Benjamin Šeško being heavily linked with Manchester United, Rasmus Hojlund wanting to remain their number one striker.
Well, yeah, from the markers you can clearly see he's worried. He obviously knows and can sense the pressure he's under after last season. On the pitch, he's always had that drive, that work ethic, and you can see he's trying hard, but in terms of end products and goals, he's really struggled to inevitably at a club like Manchester United, who have got big ambitions going forward. That drive and running around and putting that shift in only takes you so far. And a player like Benjamin Šeško, who has of course been courted by a number of clubs and admired by a number of clubs, if Manchester United can get a play like that, he'll slot straight in and will be in the starting lineup, and Hojlund will have to contend with the bench and trying to wiggle his way into the starting 11. So it's no surprise that he's being bullish after scoring these recent goals and is clinging on to dear life for his place at Man United. But it's been long clear that Man United want a striker. It's not news to anyone. That's their stance and their desire for a while now. So all Hojlund can do, I suppose, is keep on playing well in the next pre-season matches and just hope that he does enough to show that when a new striker does come, which obviously seems the way things are going, that he is able to compete for that top position up front.
Let's have a little look at the back page of the Star. Let's stay with strikers. In fact, that is simply the headline, back page of the Star. How Waiters rebel pair train alone. Isak and Wissa step up, push for two moves. Obviously, for Isak, potentially away, and for Wissa potentially in at St James's Park. How likely do you think it is, Jonathan, that we get either or potentially both of these moves happening before the deadline, especially if they're starting to agitate a little bit in this sense?
Yeah, I saw one story saying that Newcastle weren't going to let Isak go until they'd signed two replacement strikers, and at the rate that Newcastle have been doing deals this window, that means Isak's probably there for another 4 or 5 years at least. They obviously want Wissa. I think they see Wissa as more of a Callum Wilson replacement. I think the problem for Isak in terms of, I may have said this last week, in terms of getting the move that he so clearly wants out of Newcastle, is that none of the teams that he would realistically move to and would be able to pay the sort of fee that Newcastle are demanding have to sign a striker before the end of the window. Liverpool obviously have done their business. Arsenal have done their business. It's hard to see too many other suitors for him. So that is going to make it harder for Isak to get his move this window, because it's not a situation where Newcastle can put another club over a barrel and say you need this guy, and you're going to pay what we demand, because that simply isn't the case. The fact that Newcastle are obviously going to want probably two replacements before they let him go does complicate matters, because frankly there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of decisiveness and positive action behind the scenes at Newcastle this summer, and that is what slowed things down.